Well, folks, it should have been an absolutely phenomenal, amazing day here today. But one of my stocks did crash here today, and I want to speak about that. I want to talk about that. Talk about my feelings and opinions in regards to that. Does it make sense? Is it absolute lunacy in regards to this? I want to react to that, kind of give my opinions and perspectives there. And then I want to go ahead and watch this one. And this one has ramifications for Charter, for Disney, for Google, for many various companies, right? Charter agrees to pay Disney a wholesale fee, ending the 11-day dispute. So I want to watch that, hear some analysis from some other folks in regards to this, and kind of their opinions and perspectives in regards to this. Okay, by the way, I appreciate everybody joining me as always. Thank you so much for being here, folks. We are at a new all-time high subscribers. How many subscribers? I don't know, but it's a lot. And I appreciate each and every one of you for always joining me each and every day for these reaction videos. Okay, so you know, it should have been a great day. It should have been just the perfect day. Let's just call it that, okay? It still was a great day, but it should have been a perfect day. The public count today was up over $68,000. Yeah, that's beautiful. Tesla, my Tesla, was up $41,000 here today. Holy smokers, that's no dang joke, because I was getting ready to do my money dance and have some fun here today. But you know, it seems in life, you know, you get great news and then somehow after that you get bad news, and then you get bad news and then somehow you get great news, and it just seems like, you know, that's life for you, man. It all balances out in the end. You know, it's the bad and then the good and then bad and good, and it's always you know, going back and forth. So I knew there was no way it could only be good news today. I knew it. I was like, there's got to be a catch. Yeah, we're up $68,000 in the public count today. Tesla's having a beast day. We're up $41,000, but there's got to be a catch. There's always a catch in life, right? And here's what the catch is. It is Fubo, down 18% here today. Fubo, my tubo, went right down the tubes today. Oh my gosh, okay. Absolutely massive, monumental move. Now, did this make any sense? Or is this just absolute silliness, clownery going on out there in the market, okay? Well, to kind of think about this, okay? So before the whole Charter Disney situation happened, okay, Fubo was like $2.38, we can say. Today it closed at $2.41. So basically, everything Fubo's benefited from over the last 10 or 11 days, which was 2 weekends of no college football on Spectrum, right? First NFL weekend, obviously not on there from the ESPN side in that family of networks, right? It's basically saying there's almost no value given to everything that just happened here. Now, that's absolutely ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous, because what Fubo just got in the past 11 days is a whole lot more than, let's call it 9 cents a share of value, okay? Way more than that. Here's the deal, okay? Spectrum has around 14 million customers approximately, okay? They sent emails to their customers. And from what I heard, they even sent text messages to some customers to basically tell their customers to go sign up for Fubo, their preferred streaming partner. Now, you're doing that to millions and millions of customers. That is the best advertising Fubo could have ever gotten in their lives, okay? The fact that the service that currently people are signed up for, right? The fact that people are signed up for that service, and then that service says, hey, go sign up for this other service. They're our preferred streaming partner. Like, what are we talking about here? That's insane, okay? The dollar amount of value there, it's easily tens of millions of dollars, but I would say it's hundreds of millions of dollars of value. We're not even talking about from all the people that signed up. I'm just talking about the free publicity of Spectrum emailing or texting their customers and telling them to go sign up for Fubo, and here's a free trial, or here's a discounted rate for the next 2 months. That's insanity. Absolute insanity. That's like the best scenario you could possibly ever imagine if you care about Fubo at all. I can tell you that much. I mean, and then people get to experience a product, and it's going to be a superior product to anything else in the marketplace, and certainly that Spectrum can offer you, and being able to watch any game on your phone, on your laptop, on your iPad, be able to watch 4 games at once on your big screen TV in your living room. Like, what are we talking about here, man? This is crazy. And so, like, the financial benefit of that is so crazy. It's like, it dwarfs the number of whatever the stock price is saying here today, okay? Never mind that. A ton of people, you know, I don't know if it's tens of thousands or if it's hundreds of thousands of people signed up for Fubo, but I would say it's probably in that number. Do I think it's millions? Probably not. That would have been amazing if millions of people would have signed up for Fubo, but I doubt it's millions. But it's probably tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that took advantage of those emails they were sent or text messages or whatever to go ahead and sign up, sign for a free trial or sign up for a discount rate for 2 months or whatever, okay? So Fubo's got now a whole ton more customers than they would have had if this never transpired, right? Which goes back to the fact that the stock's basically assigning no value to this. Is absolute lunacy, okay? Not only that, now we're basically almost guaranteed that Fubo is going to beat subscriber numbers for this current quarter we're in, okay? And maybe beat anybody's subscriber expectations for next year as well that anybody was anticipating, right? Because they had upped their previous guidance months ago, essentially, right? Or it wasn't months ago, it was probably, what was that? Maybe a month ago or so when Fubo came out with its last earnings, a month and a half ago, whatever. And so Fubo then projected between 1.565 million subscribers to 5.58 million paid subscribers, right? In North America. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to beat that number, okay? I don't think it's that crazy of an expectation for them to beat that number. They're probably going to beat that number considerably. Now, keep in mind, this is very important. If they beat that number, guess what? They're also likely going to beat their revenue expectations as well, right? And not only revenue expectations for this current quarter we're in, that's going to end at the end of September, right? But they're also likely going to beat next quarter's numbers as well, right? That's my assumption, okay? Just based upon mathematics, okay? So that's a good situation. And then on top of that, right, the company was projecting that, advertising revenue was going to be, up pretty good in the quarter as well. Well, let's think about this, right? If we have Fubo in this situation where they got so much attention, I'm going to guess advertisers are going to give Fubo more respect and look into it more as an advertising platform as well, considering how many paid subscribers are going to start hitting now, okay? Which, once again, they're likely going to beat even their projections there by quite a considerable margin, right? Now, we know, in terms of Google Trends, it has absolutely shot up in the past, week or so, right? Now, this is going to happen no matter what, because basically every football season, Fubo benefits in a massive way from college football fans, NFL fans signing up for it. And the great news is many of those folks never leave Fubo. Once they sign up, many of them just stay with Fubo long term. But football season in general, from basically September through the end of November, it is just game on for Fubo in terms of how many people they attract to their service, right? But I can tell you this situation just added more fuel to the fire. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to Google Trends, no one has to search Google Trends from kind of the, let's call it the spectrum side, because these folks got like a direct link that they could just click on and go straight to it. So it's not like they had to go on Google and search it or anything like that. So this honestly is probably mostly actually just non-spectrum related folks that were actually searching up Google or Fubo and whatnot over the last few days, okay? So nonetheless, I can't wait to see where the September shakes out. I think it's going to be by far and away the biggest September Fubo's ever had by a mile in terms of Google Trends data and in terms of subscriber numbers, obviously revenue numbers, everything across the board. Like, absolutely phenomenal in regards to this, okay? Now, next thing I think this helps massively when it comes to this whole Fubo situation is, and we'll speak about this more in the reaction video here, but I think it definitely dents Disney a little bit. Disney didn't win this. At first, when I looked at it, I thought maybe Disney won. I looked at the details, pretty heavily, and I thought about it, and I said, Disney actually didn't win. I don't think Disney lost also, so let me be clear about that, but I don't think they won. And this is the first time in who knows how long, decades, that Disney hasn't won one of these negotiations. They usually win these negotiations, get whatever they please. And I gotta say, I don't think they won. That's a big kind of like, let's call it, tear in the armor of Disney overall, which, they control so many networks around ESPN and other sports networks that it matters significantly to Fubo. So when Fubo goes to do its next negotiations, they're going to have a lot more leverage when they go to do their next negotiations than they had 2 weeks ago. Okay, a lot more leverage because now they can see exactly what Charter got. And if you're Disney, you always got to be looking at the future. And what's the future? The future is not really Charter and Spectrum. That's the now, right? 14 million subscribers. But look at where Spectrum's customers are going. Down, 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 down. It seems like almost every single quarter their customer base is going down and down and down. And I wouldn't be surprised in the future quarters if it goes down more, right? Guess where Fubo's customer count is going every single quarter? Up in a massive, massive way. So if you're Disney, you might even have to give a little preferential treatment to Fubo, because I'm telling you, like, they are the service you want to be tied in with. Them and YouTube TV, you got to be in with those guys. If you're not, you're going to end up hurting yourself in quite a substantial way, because they're established now. They're going to hit 2 million plus customers, right? And then on to 3 million and 4 million and so on and so forth. So I think that's something to kind of keep in mind. Now, in regards to kind of risk reward in this situation in regards to Fubo, right? It's a very attractive risk reward, right? Because you're dealing with a company that currently is losing money, right? Which is a big risk. But you're dealing with a company that continues to pile in more subscribers, continues to pile in more revenue. You're also dealing with a company that's cutting down on losses in a substantial way, right? And has revenue going up in a substantial way when it comes to subscribers, and in terms of subscription revenue on a monthly basis, and when it comes to their ad business, right? And we also see on the reward side that David Gandler worked out this deal with Spectrum, which was pretty darn impressive. I was not expecting that. I'm happy about that, right? And we also see on the reward side that Disney is in a more weakened spot. Certainly. The fact that they can't win negotiations anymore and their best chances to tie, that definitely puts more things in kind of the reward category for Fubo. So, yeah, the main risk is just they're still a money loser. They're cutting down on their losses in a substantial way, but that's really the only major risk out there for the company right now, is really their losses. Obviously, they got a lot of money around, and if they keep cutting down their losses, then we could be talking about getting over profitability, and then you almost take all risk kind of out in regards to this company, right? With the main risk being it's losing money right now. So it's a very attractive risk reward. With that being said, it's still a money losing company. So if there's any risk taken in a stock like this, it has to be very minimal risk, right? Because, at the end of the day, we know when it comes to money losing companies, you never know when the losses are going to stop. It's what if Fubo never gets to profitability? We're thinking profitability 2025, right? And we're thinking getting close to that, in 2024. But we still got to see how things play out here. It's not a guarantee, right? And so, but then again, nothing in the stock market's ever guaranteed. So that's kind of how I think about the risk reward. It's a very attractive risk reward, but it's certainly not a stock you can risk a farm on. It's certainly no Meta, right? Just bottom line in regards to that. So I kind of feel I've taken a good amount of risk on Fubo, a fair amount of risk. And I feel like it's kind of appropriate where I'm at in relation to the stock. So we'll see what happens there. But all I know is, yeah, that stock price move, not too smart, in my opinion. Okay, we'll see what happens and shakes out over there. Okay, now I want to go ahead and react to this one, hear other folks' opinions and perspectives in regards to this Charter and Disney deal.
Charter has come to an end. Kind of expected this, didn't you? Just in time for Monday Night Football. Disney shares rebounding from their lowest close in nearly a decade. Real question becomes, what were the terms and concessions? We bring in Julia Borston. Julia, what do we know so far?
Well, Disney and Charter are announcing what they call a transformational agreement. What sources tell me is a modern melding of linear TV and digital distribution that sets a precedent and gives a huge boost to the reach of Disney Plus with ads. Now, that ad-supported tier for Disney Plus will be included in Spectrum TV's select video packages, not for free, but at what they call a wholesale arrangement guaranteed for all of Spectrum's video subscribers. ESPN Plus will be included in Spectrum TV select Plus video packages. And when ESPN launches its direct-to-consumer service, it will be included and offered to Spectrum TV Select customers. Plus, Charter says it will sell all of Disney's D2C services to its broadband-only customers. Now, while this deal won't impact Disney's highest-profile channels, Spectrum is fully dropping Freeform, Disney XD, and some other channels, but that is far outweighed by new compensation for Disney Plus and the upside from having a bigger audience for ads on Disney Plus. And Charter also has new value to retain its pay TV subscribers. And this is all really, in many ways, Kelly, seen as a win-win, as both of these partners in this new video ecosystem are trying to figure out how to attract and retain subscribers.
Julia, appreciate it. Laura, let's see if you think it is a win-win. What's your initial response as we continue to await further details?
I sure do. I agree with the beautiful Julie Bornstein perfectly, meaning that I really think this is great for Disney because it lets them keep 70% of ESPN's revenue comes from those charter fees, plus they have 30% advertising. It lets them keep 14.
Say that again?
This is great for Disney because it lets them keep 70% of ESPN's revenue comes from those charter fees, plus they have 30% advertising. It lets them keep 14 million households in America their signal in front of all for ABC and ESPN and all the programming at Disney. So agree with that. Big win for Disney. Gives them competitive advantage over Netflix because Netflix gets none of these fees from the linear TV ecosystem. And what it does is send us back to the linear TV ecosystem. Will continue to degrade at 5% a year and not 20% a year.
Right.
So great for Charter also, but great for Disney as well.
Okay, so mix of both digital and physical assets maximizes economic value. Will benefit from generative AI. Oh boy. Takeover Target. It's a streaming winner and has the best library.
Interesting, Julie, forgive me, but do we know if, kind of including any of the Disney bundles for Charter? That's one thing Charter wanted was that people, who were Charter subs would get access to Hulu or ESPN Plus or Disney Plus as part of that package. Now, is that in here or no?
Well, yeah, so that was the key piece of this, Kelly, is that Disney said if you're going to get Disney Plus for your subscribers, you're going to need to pay extra for it. Charter was saying, Disney Plus, we want to be able to offer that for free. So what they arranged here is that they are paying a wholesale fee to Disney for Disney Plus with ads. So what that means is that if you're a Charter subscriber, you'll get access to Disney Plus with ads for a wholesale fee that Charter is paying. So what that means is that Disney is going to get many more people who are going to be watching Disney Plus and therefore exposed to their advertising. And then also Disney gets that wholesale fee. It's not the retail fee, but it's also not nothing, which is what Charter was offering initially.
That's fascinating. And some traders and investors were thinking it could go that route. Julie, so there's no extra cost to Charter subscribers?
It should be.
So this is all part, from what I understand, of the negotiation where, every time there's one of these negotiations, Charter has to pay a little bit more to Disney. And by the way, they are paying more for the channels that they're keeping. They're not going to be paying for Disney XD anymore, but they are paying a rate increase. And then as part of that rate increase, they're going to be paying a wholesale fee and then able to therefore include Disney Plus with ads for their customers. So, of course.
Yeah, so that's the one part I feel like Disney won, and like I said, I don't feel like Disney won the whole thing, but the fact that Disney is going to get more money from Charter to keep the same channels when their subscriber base keeps going down and down and down, I thought that was what kept Disney from losing in this situation. Now, in regards to Charter, what it sounds like to me, based upon this wholesale fee, is that Charter is going to pay a certain amount to Disney, and then Charter is going to really be the ones that gets the upside if they sell that package Disney Plus to like massive amounts of people. That's what it sounds like to me. And Disney's kind of like guaranteed a certain price that they're going to get, which means Charter puts much more emphasis on marketing, on sales pages, obviously, on just everywhere across the board, on commercials everywhere, for people to sign up for that, right? Because they want to get the upside of that sort of scenario, right? In relation to Fubo, I think Disney's certainly next time Fubo goes to do contracts with ESPN, right? Disney in general, there's no doubt Disney's going to try to ask for more money, right? And so Fubo is going to be able to have cards at their disposal here. Are they going to try to negotiate down the fees that Disney's going to want extra? Or are they going to try to get something like Disney Plus included? But for Fubo, this is great getting to see all this, because now David Gandler, the CEO of Fubo, and obviously the management team there, they can already start plotting what they're going to pull off and what they're going to do, and especially the fact that these negotiations went so like big in terms of everybody watching them and paying attention to them and the details around them. They're going to be able to have kind of their plan, their backup plan, their backup plan all ready to go when their next negotiations happen with Disney. And kind of, based upon this, they're going to be able to figure out a lot of different ways to kind of attack that. So that's kind of the benefit of Fubo in this situation.
Kelly, we know these pay TV, companies that offer pay TV, they do increase prices every once in a while. So this, I'm sure, is sort of seen as part of that equation.
Yeah, fascinating. Okay, so as we back this up, Laura, I think the central point is exactly what you said, that, we're just going to continue to see 5% annual declines and not a big 20%.
The tough thing for Charter and Spectrum is, you could say, well, let's try to offset the cost of we have to pay Disney more, but let's just go up on our customers. The problem is they're losing their customers to Fubo, to YouTube TV. They're losing their customers over there, right? And if they keep going up, they say, oh, we're going to go up another $20 a month on our customers since we have to pay more for ESPN and other networks and all this stuff, right? Okay, good luck. A lot more people are going to say, peace, I'm going over to YouTube TV, I'm going over to Fubo, right? So these are just very important things to consider here that, in relation to kind of the charter situation, that's not ideal.
Kind of event.
There's a reason why they're losing millions and millions of customers over the last several years.
That still leave Disney as vulnerable as you previously thought in the sense of, hey, they should just sell to Apple or something to that effect? Or does this give them a little bit stronger ground to stand on for a while?
I think that this is a melting ice cube, and this is way more important that Disney kept ESPN on the linear TV ecosystem because it's really important for Warner Brothers and it's really important for Paramount that the linear TV bundle sort of like dissolves slowly, not quickly. But yes, this now means we have another 10 years of free cash flow from the linear TV bundle, which gives those companies more content, the ability to spend more content to compete with Netflix and YouTube user-generated content and video games because it's becoming an attention economy.
Right.
So competition is for anything with time. So you really want this revenue stream coming from Charter, Comcast, Altice.
100%. Yeah, she brings up a great point there. And it is 100% attention game, right? If somebody's not watching live sports on ESPN, maybe they're watching something on YouTube or maybe they're watching TikTok videos or Instagram or something like that, right? And so there's just a lot more competition. Maybe they're watching the program on Netflix. There's just a lot more competition for ESPN, for Disney than we've ever seen, certainly, in modern times, right? It used to be Disney just had it their own way when, the internet was still slow, right? Before everybody had an app that could play video right inside, on your phone, right? So if we go back even 10, 15 years ago, it was a way more beneficial situation for Disney. They were in the perfect spot. But as internet got expanded, high-speed internet, streaming, all the stuff, the TikToks, Instagrams, all the stuff taking attention, Facebook, right? It certainly made it a lot harder for Disney. And so they're just kind of like an old dinosaur trying to make sure they continue to stay relevant and try to play their cards right in terms of these negotiations. And, it's a tough situation. I can tell that. It's 15 years ago, you worked at Disney, you had the easiest job in the world because you basically got your way. It was your way or the highway, right? It's not like that anymore. Those days are long gone, and they're not coming back. I appreciate everybody joining me as always. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for being subscribed, and see you guys in the next one. Much love, and by the way, Investing Foundations. I put together a brand new workshop for you guys. It's a 5-day workshop. It's absolutely free to access it. If you want access to it, check it out. Pin comment down there. It should help you out immensely. Those are all the different videos we go through there, and have a great day.